Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
On 1st and 10, Everett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Cowboys! Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2 because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage. So now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Fielded just inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. An update from Denver. The Broncos, they've got the early lead over the Chargers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Off the play fake. Everett. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing on 1st down. Everett going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And again the foot, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw, it's Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around. Not having that success, might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Shotgun now for Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now, Wentz again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
4 down. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Lefty. On your 10. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Brown. 81.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gone! Now let's go! 3-19! Detroit!
Off play action. Everett looking deep for Adams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jensen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. This is Ajayi, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz going to throw. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Whoosh. And out across midfield down to the 45. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On first down, Everett dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Austin Seferian-Jenkins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT. And a route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Wentz now, he's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. There we go, back. Lady! Hey, stat. Right there.
Wentz now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Philly. 56 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st and 10, Everett. He finds Hearns left side. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw. Everett. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Newton. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
That's what I do. Run. Sunday.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
To throw is Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On play action, Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now this time he'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wentz. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Eagles send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Cam, option left. They start on the ground with Piron. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Third down here.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Throwing on third down, Newton. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to sack him for a loss of 6. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Off the play fake. Everett. And Adams has it complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Broken tackle. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On second down, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle. And that's going to tack on 15 more. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Everett. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 34 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Buying time to his left. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, here we go. 120. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Double.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Set. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Gun! Watch you now, Barney!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Everett. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit!
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter in Denver. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Don't go. 180!
Wentz now on 1st down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
We're good.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to go for a big play now. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Everett. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team?
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 31 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talked about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Here we go. Lady! Hey. 4 down. Check.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Eagles on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Go!
Here's Ajayi. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now Cam, option left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's Newton now on 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Pirine. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back, man. Right there.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Ram.
Now it's Ajayi. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz flushed out right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down.
Sunday.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Going up top. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Being chased out left. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Wentz now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Tokyo! Sunday! Hey, watch it! Here, sit! Here, sit! Hey, come on, oh! Here, sit! Here we go!
They run again with Ajayi. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Come on now.
The Eagles on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is 3rd and 7.
Tyson.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Steps away to his left. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
Yeah.
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game.
Cam Newton all alone. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Lion. Liz 5-3.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Back down to that belly. Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And out and out come the Eagles. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Man 5-7.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Rush.
On second down, here's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
This one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth. That rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Cowboys, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they